Hi everyone, Brian from Aillum here. When we mention heat mapping to customers or site owners for the first time, we're often asked, well, what's that? So this is just a quick overview to explain what it is and what it can do. So heat mapping is really just a visual way of looking at user behaviours across a web page, where some tools might use charts and tables to try and give you that data. Heat mapping uses a scale of colour from hot colours through to cold colours. It probably reminds you somewhat of the sort of visual spectrum that you might have got from your old science days when you were back at school, and the same sort of scale is used in other places in life. You might see it when you're looking at the weather, for example, they'll use a heat map to depict where it's hotter and cold. So it generally goes from the hottest colours, red, yellows, oranges, through to purples, blues, greens, and then transparent. When it comes to actual web pages, the main sort of things that heat mapping tools will track, it depends on the tool you're using, but generally the main things they'll track are where a user's clicked on a web page, where the mouse has scrolled on a web page, and how far up and down a page people have scrolled when they're on there. So if you take scroll mapping, just for example, or scroll heat mapping, just for example, if you're looking at a scroll map report, what you'll generally find is at the very top of the page is bright red because that's what everybody sees when they land on the page. But as you scroll down that report, you'll see it gradually going from reds to yellows, oranges, greens, blues, purples, and then to transparent, just to try and demonstrate where people are dropping off the page. So the colder it is, less people actually got there. And some of these tools will also have markers on the page as well to give you a percentage of people that have dropped out as they've got there. Click heat mapping works exactly the same. So it's brighter reds and yellows for where people have clicked on the page, darker colours, colder colours for where they haven't, and mouse movements are the same. With mobile, obviously you don't get to scroll around a page, so mobile reports record screen taps and scrolls. Definitely worth using. You should also use other tools like Google Analytics, these sort of things for more in-depth data. But even just using heat mapping, it can often lead to testing new things on your website. So realizing that people aren't hovering near the button that you've got there, or they're not scrolling down far enough to get to the contact form you might get in your page. So then moving the contact form further up the page, or moving the call to action button, changing some of the text, changing some of the headlines, and then rerunning the heat map just to see if there's been some improvement on it. There are various tools out there that help you with heat mapping. You'll recognize some of the names: Crazy Egg, Hotjar, Microsoft Clarity is quite a good one as well. So plenty of them out there to get you started. So I recommend you go and have a shot of it. Try it on your website, pick a page and get it up and running just to see what you learn from it. Hopefully that gives you a bit of an explainer of what heat mapping is.